Okay, now we're back to warming up. Good. Everybody go to Chun-Bi. We're going to continue to warm the body up. Step forward with your left leg into front stance, jungle just says. Jump.
Hey!
Moving forward, we're going to do Chun-Nung-Kun-Chuk. Stepping punch.
Stepping punch.
Aim for the middle, the Young Chi, the solar plex. You want to make your weight transfer through that center, and as your weight is settling on that front foot, you want to have your punching knuckles striking. Everything is in unison. Come in. Boom. The foot and the knuckles land together. And you want to go straight. Don't rise up and down. Keep your weight moving forward. Bend your front knees. Straighten your back legs. And relax yourself internally. Head up.
Hey!
Go.
Hey!
Sit.
Hey!
Make sure you push the elbow back. Head.
Hey!
The side.
Hey!
You're going to look. Slide your leg over and turn. Give it a
Hey!
Good. Coming back. Chun-Nung-Kun-Chuk, Banda Shiruki. You're going to do that stepping punch, reverse punch. You're going to come in. Got it. 1, 2. 1, 2. You understand? If you want to go a little bit slower, you can. If you want to come in 1, then let your weight settle. Go 2, that's fine. I like to go 1, 2. Okay, ready? Hana!
One way!
Go!
Hey!
Sit!
Hey! Hey!
Don't rise up and down. Net! Go right through your center.
Hey!
The side!
Hey!
Held up!
Hey!
Yatora! Look, slide, rotate,
Hey!
low block first punch. Good, move down just a little bit. Stay on camera. Good, next we're going to do what I believe is called Sangkwon-Kun-Chuk. Triple attack.
Triple attack, sir.
So what you're going to do, you're going to do a reverse punch to start. You're going to bring up your back knee as it transfers forward. You'll be doing a second reverse punch. Your third punch for your triple attack finishes as that foot finishes forward. Sangkwon-Kun-Chuk. So you're here. Starts out reverse punch. Back knee comes up. As you do another reverse punch, land, punch. So it goes 1, 3. Goes 1, 2, 3. Triple punch. Go slow. Hana. Reverse punch. Punch, punch. Start with that reverse punch. Knee coming up. Go. Reverse punch.
Hey.
Good. Knee comes up. Punch. And land. Good. Set. Good.
Hey!
Net.
Hey!
Now the key is to try to, everybody do a reverse punch. Keep your Yang Chi here. Just come up and keep the same height. Reverse punch. Keep everything in. 1, 3. Perfect. Good. Go back. We'll do one more round of that. Okay, ready? Good front steps. Start with your reverse punch. Go ahead. Now bring your knee underneath your body. Do another reverse punch, but don't change head height. And then land punch. But try not to change head height. Okay, we're in here. 1. Hit low. 2, 3. Good. 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
1. Go.
Hey!
Triple punch.
Hey!
Good job, guys. Go ahead, back. We're going to do one more round of basics. Good front stance. Good. We're going to do Chun-Nung-Kun-Chuk. Mid-level double arm block. Also called Jungle Sumaki, which would be front stance double arm block. So we're going to do double arm block. Ready? Follow along. Hana.
Hey!
Use that same thing we just did, a triple punch, where you don't change height.
Hey!
Using your weight to move that. Zuck.
Hey!
Move up.
Hey!
Let's go back and do a combination. Good. Double arm block. right from here, when we're doing that double arm block, you should be feeling pressure this way, right? But you're going to reverse that pressure with this hand. You're going to push. That's going to push one, two. Spear hand. So from here, come over. One. And you're going this way. Two. One, push, push back. Two. One, two. Ready? One, two. So, if you think about it, it's like you're pushing with somebody. But what happens when I push you this way? Yeah, you're going to go that way. So you're coming this way, and you're hooking around. They're going to go into the void. Okay, good. Let's go back. Do one more motion. So we're going to do that double arm block. Push it back. One, this hand that's out quad-suing, come forward to a fighting stance, back stance. Back. Good. From here, do a double arm block. Just here, here, back fist. Good. Just soot. One, two, three. Good. Hana. One, two, three. Good job, guys. Good job. So, we're going to head and stop this. We're going to move on to some other things, and we'll be right back to show you. So, we're back again. We're going to do some drills you can do at home. You can use a pillow for safety. You can have your mom and dad help you out, or brother or sister, which will end up in a fight if you do that. So, again, continuing when we train, I like to start a class with a certain idea or concept I want to reinforce. And I carry that through the basics, the combinations, where it's at in your Oshishika soul, forms, and then on to sparring. When you look at martial arts in a whole, and the forms are always what I refer back to, you can see the people that created those forms had ideas and concepts they wanted to reinforce and teach the students. So if you go to the very first form you learn, to the next like 30 to 40 forms that you know, you'll see recurring ideas, recurring concepts, and new ones, and they all reinforce each other. And one of the bigger concepts is just weight movements, waist shifting, all of that stuff. So again, instead of using a pillow, I got a punch target here. You can use a kick target or a pillow. So what Alex is going to do, he's going to hold this with his left hand about here where his stomach is. He's going to take his right hand, make a fist, and I want him to have a little bit, open your feet up a little bit so you have a good platform there, a little bit of, don't let me move it. So I want a little bit, move it down here, right here to the stomach. I want him to have a little bit of tension on this. And again, this drill I'm going to show you is repeated through a lot of other drills. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to hit him as hard as I can, okay? Remember that, so don't flinch, okay? So I'm going to just start. You can start in a chumbi position, or you can just start in a nice relaxed position. I'm going to bring my left hand up and around his punching hand. I'm going to use my weight to shift it out of the way. At the same time, I'm going to drive a reverse punch in. So I'm just going to, hey! Good, move this way. Hey! So it's that low block, reverse punch. Okay? So go ahead, pause that for me, Isaac. All everybody's going to do, use your weight. Speed up a little bit, relax your shoulders, use your weight to move my arm. There you go. Once you make the connection to the arm, use the weight to move it out of the way. You can hit it a little bit harder. Hit it a little bit harder to keep the kill. Good. All right, Alex, come on in. So we're just going to move on. We're going to just do rising block the same way. So he's going to do rising block with this hand, getting my fist out of his face, and then punch this. Fight. Force. More force. Fight. No flinch. Now, make contact, make contact. Now, take your weight and drive it underneath the arm. Yes. Okay. Go slow. Make contact, and you can feel. And then feel, yes. Yes. It's internal training. Close your eyes. Touch the arm. Feel the body go under. Feel the two separate. Use your weight to do the movement. Okay, do it again. Use your weight. Don't even open your eyes. Yeah, your nervous system is way faster than your eyes seeing things. Okay? You have to be able to, like, thought is faster than light, you know? So it's the same thing. You want to be able to not have to look to do things. Because these are your arms, right? Okay? So you don't need to look at your hand to make it do something. Okay? In forms and stuff like that. That's why I always say you should be looking at your action. Looking where you're intended to do something. Don't look at where your limbs are going and stuff, okay? Because then that's where your body's going to start shifting to. I want to look where my action's at, all right? Good. Alex, your turn. Sure. So he's going to do inside block, same drill. Good. So he wants to make connection first, just do that. Okay? And then, as his weight comes forward, it moves the arm. Okay? It's not the arm that moves the punch. It's the body and the waist movement that moves the punch. Go ahead, Isaac, pause. Okay. So again, while you're training, if you slow down, stay relaxed, stay calm, you can start to really see what is important and why your movements are going. So Isaac here is going to be relaxed. What Isaac's going to do, if you watch his hip and shoulder, knee, ankle, kind of think of that head, that good posture. If he makes contact with the arm first, then drives forward with his weight, everything, go ahead, punch, everything's able to stand in a good posture and move forward. Go back. And I'm a little bit bigger than Isaac. If he decides to move his leg first and his weight forward, and my arm is still here, what happens is it takes his shoulder, there's like thoracic spine area, shoulder area, and head, starts to bring it this way. So if you've ever wrestled around with somebody or fought with somebody, you end up in this position, and it's very disadvantaged. It's a very disadvantaged position to be in a fight. You end up losing, you're struggling, okay? You want to be more this way. You're driving your energy forward. So again, through training, you can sit there and discover what movements with, he has that platform of his weight, his hips, his waist, that posture, his thoracic spine, shoulder, everything, head, why that comes into play when you're doing stuff, when you're fighting for self-defense. Good? Okay, pause that. We'll continue. So Eli's finishing up. And what I just explained to Eli, especially when you're fighting a bigger person, go ahead. You have to make connection first and then use the whole body to do the motion. There's no way he could move my mass with just his little limbs. So he makes connection, moves, using his waist, using the center of his body. Make the connection, move it out of the way. And that movement out of the way adds to that hip rotation as you punch. It's a chain. It's an energy chain, a kinetic energy chain. One feeds the next. You don't need to move way off center. That center line we talked about yesterday, you can stay close. All you have to do is deviate off their, yes. Just like Il-Shu-Shik number 10. Same exact thing. So next we're going to move on. All of us are going to move on to practicing our first basic kicks. We're just going to do it on a bag. Gotta move over here. And then we're going to use some kicking targets. We're not going to film it all. But again, when you're at home practicing, you want to just practice all your kicks about 3 times. Every single day makes a difference, especially if you slow down and start to follow the chain. So again, getting a good kicking stance, have your hands up, follow that chain. Unfollow. It's this. Boom, that's the chain. Shifting that weight to the ball of that foot. Drive that knee up. Out. Nice. Hitting with the ball of the foot, toes are pulled back, kicking through the body, my hips, and then back. Okay, pause that. We're each going to do 3 each leg. So again, Eli has asked me a question about some of the concepts of kickings and stuff. My personal preference, with breaking and stuff like that, there's certain times where you want to kick very powerful, and the whole technique's powerful. There's times where you want to kick fast. There's times where you want to work technique. There's times where it's all combined. Some of it's combined and stuff like that. A lot of times, like when I'm breaking, when I'm setting up the kick for a break, I kind of start moving through the beginning of the motion a little bit slower. Not like robotic slow or slow-mo on a computer or whatever like that. But I start to move through, and then when I'm coiled and ready, that's when you explode through the technique. Same thing. So that's kind of like what I like to do. Going on the side kick, and again, continue with our tongue sudo base is, the whole body, the whole movement. So when you do side kicks, and again, I might want to work just my technique where I'm coming up. In, out, back, down. Might do a few. I get that hip go in. Then again, I want to start to maybe hit some power. Hey! Do a little bit better with that. Hey! Try to really push that hip in. Hey! So again, just playing around. Hey! Getting that hip to react. It's like a piston. Sometimes when you go to kick, you're coming in this way almost. But again, it's that coiled spring, that's fine. But you want to get that coiledness. Get all those muscles coiled in and explode out. Like a back fist kind of, same action. Again, we're working 3 each leg. I want my right leg, my left leg to work the same. Nice! Making sure I hit the heel of that foot. Hey! When I do that, I'm trying to hit that heel of that foot. Mentally, I'm trying to take my toes and turn them down as I do that. So I'm turning this over, pushing that hip in, trying to get my big toe to slowly rotate. I'm over-exaggerating the downward part, but down somewhat. And again, it gets my heel to stick out farther. That's how I like to do my side kick. Go ahead, pause. Everybody's going to do 3. All right, next we're going to do round kick. It's going to be we're going to do round kick. And I want to try to do about 3 more kicks on video and a little bit more advanced. Now, again, with anything in Tosudo or any martial arts and any fighting and stuff like that, there's many different ways to skin a cat, or many different ways to do it. Now, today I'm hitting the heavy bag, the Weight Master. I'm going to go for a little bit of speed. I'm going to try to snap a little bit, and I'm going to go for a little bit of height. The reason is, again, I'm trying to get those hips to open up because I'm going to stretch at the end of class. And when you, again, this is a good opportunity to work on that. Round kick's a good one to work on getting the hips open up. Spinning back kick is another one I really like to do to open up my hips. It's just the technique and the way it's done. So you can really open up the hips with the side kick. If you look at the side kick position, it's almost like a split position. So again, if you're out there watching this, this is not the way you do round kick for certain applications. This is the way I'm doing round kick today, and this is the way I would do round kick for point sparring. I'd be putting my toes forward, getting it to snap, because again, I want to be quick. It's a quick, high-speed game of tag. I'm just coming up, trying to snap, snap my hips, snap your round kicks, coming in, be light, feeling good, one more. Good. Right, everybody do 3. So we're going to speed this video up some because I want to finish just with kicks. Then I'm going to add, we're going to come out and train tomorrow, do some hand drills and stuff like that. You can do at home. Switch arms. So the next kick is inside crescent kick. We talked earlier about the speeds and stuff like that. With inside crescent kick, I actually like to start kind of slow. And again, you get to see where your focus point is. When I do that inside crescent kick, I'm going to move a little bit out of the way. Again, with your kicks or punches or strikes or blocks, there's a very small point called the focus point. That's the only time you should be tense to transfer all that energy in that spot. So I kind of think of like a P inside of here. And that's where I want to transfer all that energy. I want to rip the person's head off with my leg. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So inside crescent kick. So again, I want to turn. That starts the motion. The body starts to go. I drive my knee up. My leg's not extended yet. Because again, your center of mass, if you're doing it with your leg extended, your body's going to start shifting to maintain its balance. So I want to drive my knee up. When I hit the point that I need to unleash the foot, I fold it out, I bring it across. When I get to my target, I snap with the back of my hips or butt. So, see if I can demonstrate. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Coming in. Coming up. Snap. Bring it up just a little hair. There we go. Good. I like nuts. Good. To the other side. Again, you just want to bring it up. And that was too long-legged. There we go. There we go. One more. That felt good. Bringing that up, snapping that hip. Go ahead, pause. Everybody. All right, next one we're going to do, we have one more after this. It's going to be just a jump back kick. So we're skipping ahead a little bit, but again, I'm going to demonstrate it. So again, it's just like it applies. You got to jump and then you just do a back kick. If we look at back kick in general, you're facing this way, you do a back kick, you look, your knee comes in, and it's this, you end with a side kick, but like I like to say, it starts like you're starting a dirt bike. It goes this way, or a donkey kick. It goes this way, and then it rotates up and out. Back kick is a phenomenal kick. It's very versatile. Jump back kick. To make it look good, you want to have your knees up. So I line up on this side. I'm going to jump. I'm going to look. I'm going to chamber. I'm going to kick. What we want to have happen. Nice. So you just want to kick out the back. All right. The reason why I love back kick is why it's versatile. Come here, everybody. Stand up. See this spot? It's beautiful when you're sparring. Don't move. And you can see this on videos of sparring. People come up. They come right up underneath there and straight with that heel into the spleen. Switch feet. The liver shot's nice. You see that a lot in MMA. Guys come up. It's a sneaky kick. they come up underneath and pop right into that liver with that heel. It's awesome. Go ahead, pause. Let's everybody do 3 on. So the last kick we're going to do tonight is a jump spinning inside crescent kick. Go ahead, hold that up. So again, let's move over a little bit. We start talking about inside crescent kick. You're bringing that knee in and around. Don't move. Spin kicks. Learn all those ideas. Spin, look, knee, extend, around, inside crescent kick. But jump inside crescent kick is basically built on that stuff. But again, for me to get it, I had to think of like a top spinning very fast, and had to have really, this is spinning very fast. I got to take it off the ground and then get it to spin very fast, and then kind of whip my inside crescent kick. So I'll try to demonstrate a nice one. More. Again, if I tuck my leg better, you get a better illusion of getting off the ground. Okay, that's what it's all about. That'll end today's class. Talking about jump kicks and kicks in general. The only way you're going to get them is if you actually slow down, practice kicking. It took me forever. And the thing that made the difference was coming in every day into a dojo and slowing myself down and looking at the techniques. To me, no one teaching me, no one critiquing me, nothing. I just had to do it myself. Okay, I did have people teach me, I did have people critique me, but it was something I had to do myself. I had to teach myself. I had to sit there and think about all the movements of the kicks, of all the individual kicks, and sit there and just, I had to understand it internally. Kicks were something that was difficult until I understood it. Okay? Everybody have a good day. I'll post another video tomorrow. Kumasumida. Tongsu. Keep training. Annyeonghaseyo. That's Martian Virtuous Warrior Academy. And today we're going to be shooting another class, but it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be pausing the film to conserve space and the memory of the camera so we can get some stuff squeezed in. So you're going to see this is going to be chopped up a little bit. So before we start training, me and my boys, we're going to do a warm-up and some light calisthenics, some jumping jacks, some burpees, some push-ups, some things like that, some flutter kicks and whatnot. But again, when you're warming up, you want to move. I like to go from head to toe. For my warm-ups, I like to move my limbs and joints in the directions that they go through the range of motion they're capable of going through, and try to get the body temperature up and get my heart rate up. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but I do like to train, and I've been doing it for a couple years. And I've noticed that once my heart rate hits around, for me personally, around 120, and my body temperature gets to a point where I have a light sweat, it seems like I can train for about an hour or two and feel really, really good. And that goes for training in martial arts, going out for a jog. My boys also like to jog, and they could probably say, attest to the same thing. They probably notice that once you get out, your body temperature goes up, your heart rate goes up, you feel really, really good, and you can train for a long time. So right now, we're going to start our warm-up, and we'll be back in a couple moments to go through some basics.